Hey everyone, AmpRepairGuy.com, 203-892-4119. Also HarbachElectronics.com. Please like, share, and subscribe. So we have another Ameritron Al811h in for repair. So customer said once in a while he loses receive, and he has to key the amp, get it to come back, click the relays. So these SO239s have there's no grip. You can actually wiggle the pin up, down, back, forth. They're so bad. So I'm guessing it's just the back connection there, but this doesn't have the grid's grounded, so I'll do that. And someone changed one of the resistors. You can't do that. When the resistor fails, you just need new caps, period, because they don't just bleed off residual voltage. When you shut the amp off, they equalize the voltage across each of the 4 caps that are wired in series. So I'll replace the resistors, replace the caps with high quality Chemet caps. I'll do that, and put the bias mod in. The voltage divider already has the diodes on the rear board. Choke is crooked, just the metal underneath, so I will fix that. I'll take it all apart and fix the metal. Put a longer screw in the base of the plate choke, longer screw in the top of the plate choke. Also place these straps because they're kind of frayed. So remove the wire for the 10 meter mod. It's already been done, but I'll get rid of the wire that's just in there because it's not good for it to just be hanging in there. I'll tighten hardware, fix solder joints, remove the metal oxide varistors off the rear board. I'll add gas discharge tubes below the sockets, and the grid connection for each socket will get connected right to the metal. Okay, want a really good grid to ground connection. So customers ordering a brand new set of Penta lab tubes, and this is getting a brand new set of Teflon SO239s from Max Gain Systems. And again, if you order your tubes direct from Penta, that's the best price. And if you use ARG at checkout, you get 10% off. I make nothing. And then the customer's ordering the set, and Penta has tubes they send here for me to have in stock, so they're available for me to test the customer's amplifier with. So if the amp's here, don't order your tubes till your amp's here, and you get 15% off. Okay, so I'm going to get to work. Unfortunately, I ran out of 572, so they're on the way. I don't have them today, so I won't be able to, I'll get the amp done today, and I won't be able to test it till the tubes come in. But, so, I'm going to get to work, and I will see you guys in a bit, so stay tuned. Please like, share, and subscribe. I forgot to mention, this amp also has the wrong size fuses in it. I always check. These are 15 amp rated fuses. I don't know if you can see it, but the phone's going off. But yeah, these are 15 amp. Requires 12 amp fuses, fast blow, so it'll get the right fuses. Okay, see you guys soon. So I'm back, socket assembly's out. I carefully compress the socket clips. You don't want to do it too much or too little. It's easy to damage them. Okay, so fix the metal where the 1/4 inch bolt goes through. So now the choke is perfectly vertical, not leaning in any direction. So these leads, the lead that goes, the solid lead that goes from here to here and here to here, they were just tag soldered across on one side. See, it was wrapped around on one side and barely soldered, just touching the surface, so I can't leave it like that. I have to make sure everything's correct. So I'll replace those, and I'm going to add the gas, sorry for my fingers, I know. I'm going to add the gas discharge tubes and do everything else. I'll see you soon. Stay tuned. We're back. So at the plate choke reinstalled, I have the longer 1/4 inch screw going through with the internal tooth lock washer. Got the gas discharge tubes installed, the new leads installed. Each grid connection's connected directly to the chassis. Okay, so I stripped the filament leads, installed the new SO239s from Max Gain Systems, have the lead in there for the voltage divider for the bias mod. Everything zip tied nice. Remove the metal oxide varistors and remove the green wire. Make sure these screws were tight on this side of the board and also the back side of the board. And I always snug these up with a 1/4" wrench. So I just don't leave any stone unturned. I also tighten up on this nut here. It's usually loose. And that's about it for now. So I will see you guys soon. Stay tuned. Okay, so I'm back with the completed Ameritron Al811h. Customer wanted to see it working on 40 meters. For the settings. Okay. Bird 43, 1 kW slug, PP kit is on, all genuine bird stuff going into a bird dummy load. Radio set to roughly 60 watts or so, 60, maybe 70, about 60 watts. Yep. Audio hello, tit, hair over 800 right there, audio hello. Audio hello, tit, works as it should. Audio hello. Audio hello. Wait. Audio hello, tit, hello. Audio hello. Shh. Audio hello. And it works as it should. This microphone getting a little beat up. I have to get really close to it. Shh. Again, hello. Check. I clean the switch with some deoxit gold. Sometimes this will stick. You go from high voltage to plate current. It won't go all the way to 0. Usually happens if someone had a tube flash at some point, but isn't clean now, no issues. Okay, so I'm going to continue testing the other bands, and I will be back with what I did on the inside. See you guys soon. Stay tuned. So I'm back with the inside of the Al811h. Needed new filter caps. I got new filter caps, new resistors, touched up on solder joints, the bias modification, changed the straps for the parasitic board, cleaned the input rotary switch and output rotary / band switch with deoxit gold. Grids have been grounded. Added the gas discharge tubes below the sockets, grounded each grid connection, 1 per tube, directly to the chassis. Changed the SO239s with new ones from Max Gain Systems. Longer screw in the base of the plate choke. Got a brand new set of Penta tubes. And that's about it. So I worked on this one a little while back. If I missed something, you always check the fuse size. I was waiting on tubes from Penta, so this got put aside, and I worked on some other ones. So customer's payment just arrived also, so it's ready to go. So if you need an amp repaired, feel free to give me a call. Phone number is 203-892-4119. That's 203-892-4119. Websites are amprepairguy.com and also harbach-electronics.com. Also zip tied the wires nice down there, and that's about it. Thanks for watching. Hope everybody has a great day. Happy Monday. 73.